All right, guys, we're back with another Red Bull. Welcome back to the Super Freestyle Show. He's huge. For what he is.
What is he?
I don't know, one of those little fuzzy spiders.
Smile, you're on camera.
Okay, guys, today we're going to remove the engine from the 2008 Nissan 350Z.
Yay! So Jeff, how are we supposed to remove the engine with your car?
It's a trick.
It's a trick?
Yeah, we're not pulling the motor.
Oh.
We're pulling the motor out of this.
Why?
Why not?
Why, Jeff? Why?
Because we're going to put a Chevrolet V8 in it. Bald Eagles.
It's not a right-hand drive, Jeff.
I know. Nothing to see here, guys.
No, why was it in the corner is what I mean.
Oh. Because a storm came through.
Don't we have like one once a week over here?
Usually twice a week. And now we get to clean up all the beetles that the guys crushed on the floor here. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Need to be cleaning under the car. You're appreciative of the cleanliness?
Very appreciative.
You know, if I had just regular old bare concrete floor, I probably wouldn't even care. I'd just get under there with the creeper. But I didn't think this would be that nice to lay on just with no creeper. But it actually is. What do you should do what?
The what?
I don't know, you said it should and then you stopped. And then I said it should what? What should it?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Well, I wasn't talking, I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull this dash panel off and disconnect and remove the ECU. First I'm gonna figure out how to remove it.
Alright, I'm gonna get in the car and get more comfortable.
It's not very comfortable, I'm just warning you.
It's comfortable enough.
If you're looking for comfort, it's not there. 350Z engine removal, here we go. Look, somebody already took that clip off for me and left it off.
Why are we doing this? Why don't we just pull the engine and disconnect the harness on the engine?
Because that's way harder. You can't get the, it's actually impossible to unclip the engine from most of the brackets that hold it in place. While it's in the car, the firewall's in the way, the manifolds are in the way, the water lines are in the way. And it was designed to unplug from the ECU and the dash here, the F plug. And then you'll pull it back and you'll just drape that portion of the harness over the top of it, pull it out, and then you can easily access and remove the harness outside the car. I haven't seen a car that was engineered to not be taken apart that way. And then when I see people take the harnesses off the engine first, I'm like, you just made your job so much harder. Leave it on the motor until you get it out. So, all right, let's see what it's going to take to get this bracket down. The DE has one ECU plug and the HR is going to have these 3, I believe. Yeah, just 3. These are a lot easier to operate though. The DE one is like, you almost have to break it to get it undone usually. Nice. So, and then when we go to put the engine in my other car, the other car had an uprev tune on it from Z1, and I'll be sending that ECU in along with this ECU and have them transfer my uprev license into this HR computer. That way I don't have to repurchase the license. I think it's because it's like $350 to have it done again. So,
one cool thing about Nissan is you can do that. Toyota ECUs don't really allow that.
There. Before you can pull it up in the firewall, you want to make sure you unclip it down here too, where it goes through, because you'll break the clips if you try to pry it from the top side. And on this particular car, that'll allow water into the cabin. Here it is. It's actually got a, since this is a parts car, I'm going to tear this out so we can give you guys a better view of this. If any of you guys are watching this video to see how to remove the engine from your Z, you won't have to cut this mat back. I'm just doing this so that y'all can see how to unclip this piece. Because like I said, if it doesn't get snapped back in, it will actually allow water into the inside of the car. So this little tab right here, you're just gonna push it in, push it up. There's another one right there on the other side. Easier said than done. Wow. There it is. And then it'll come right out of there. After you come up here, I've already undone these, but you got these two plugs right here at your fuse box junction. You'll unclip that and remove that out of there. Just get all that loose, and then your wiring harness will just pull right up. We're not going to focus so much on step-by-step for this video, but if you guys have any questions later and something we didn't cover, feel free to message me and ask me, and I'll be glad to help get you on the right track with your project. I'm going to remove the strut bar.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also going to get all these wires unclipped off of here first, because sometimes I like to save the clips and reuse them for cars that they've been damaged on.
These are like sub-harnesses?
Mm-hmm. I don't really know why they clipped it into the strut bar. I think more just to make it a pain for us.
Well, the fact that they routed it over the strut bar. That's the thing.
we won't thank you, Nissan. Yeah. Take notes from Toyota. I did put my impact on charge yesterday after we did those 8 bolts. So I might get like 4 minutes out of it today.
That one wouldn't have come undone.
Right. I'm going to go get it and zig these out pretty quick. But we're going to enjoy it while it does. Bolts here are pretty common to get misplaced. So if you have a parts car, I'd recommend saving them. You might need them later, or your friend might need them.
Looks like 17 millimeters.
I had to buy some from Nissan, and then I went to the junkyard because they're actually different for 03. They're smaller diameter. And so I ordered them for like an 05. They came in, they were too big. Then I went to the junkyard and got some off of an 04. They were too big. And then I figured out that the 03 was the only year that had the smaller diameter ones, and I went and reordered them again from Nissan. So
I hate these things.
yeah, me too. But I can't believe we actually got a VQ that had the cover still on it. Most of them are ripped off. So to remove the intakes, I know these boots are common to tear because of age, so I want to be real careful with them. I'm going to go get my spring clip tool we used in the radiator video and get these loose from those little resonator boxes so I can remove those tubes without damaging them. What was that movie where he's like, I'm the funny man? That would be you though, you're the funny man. I'm not funny.
So I'm the good funny man?
I'm just serious, ultra serious. So the DE engines have a lot of crankcase pressure issues because they have those like really small valve cover vents, and then they have an even smaller hole inside of them, but these seem to have pretty big little breathers off of the valve cover. Actually, it's just on one side. It goes over to this box. This one here is really the one. This is probably how they fixed the crankcase issue. Yeah, and look, it's got a smaller hole in it. Let me get a light. This is pretty common. The DE ones have this same problem on the port that's back here on the driver's side by the firewall. But we most likely, I'm going to get on the internet and make sure that people have tried this. It's not a problem on this particular one, but I know on the DEs, people like to punch that hole out to the diameter of the actual tube here. So to help crankcase pressure. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to do this engine without a oil catch can, but if it needs it after the first track day, we'll know. And I'll definitely be doing it, but I've seen a lot of people have good results without it. So sometimes you don't have to buy every part to get the job done and get it done well. Sometimes people are going overkill with what they're doing, so. But I'm a minimalist, so here we are. Yeah, so these holes are the ground holes for the DE ground wire, which goes on the front cover somewhere around in this area. It's different on this one. But that hole is there. It's present on the DE rail. So I'm going to I'll take this grommet and transfer it onto my other car, but it doesn't have this hole. I'll take a piece of cardboard or a piece of like thick construction paper or something and make a template to mark. So I'll drill this hole in the correct location. I'll transfer that grommet over too. So we're going to do that on another day. Today we're just pulling the ends here for moral support. Not really. Carl makes the show happen. Thank you, Carl. Everyone, thank Carl in the comments.
Shower me with compliments.
Give me compliments.
About me breathing on the mic. I'm fatty. You don't want to damage the hard line that's right there?
So it's got a soft line that goes from the plenum to this hard line, and then this hard line goes through the firewall or this bulkhead area back to another soft line that goes to the booster. On the DE, it actually goes through right here, I believe. Yeah, is that right?
Anyway, you just taking the cowl off so you can save that hard line. Got it. What is that, Jeff?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a factory rubber band. Like I think it went around something like this, connected like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of holder. Strange. I don't need to, but I'm going to anyway.
Because there's always this video, the reference.
Yeah.
Like when Jeff lost his sunglasses this morning. Yeah, guys, that happened.
Normally when I pull an engine from one of these cars, I'm just replacing the engine. So I like to unbolt the power steering, leave the lines intact so you don't have to lose the fluid. I like to unbolt it, hang it out of the way. Same for the AC, so you don't have to discharge it. Now in this car, all that's been discharged and drained. But just for simplicity, I'm going to go ahead and pull these off out of the way. It'll give me more room on the way out. And then I can transfer those parts individually later to the other car. Okay, one thing you don't want to forget when you're pulling a VQ, and this is HR or DE, this is part of the engine harness. It's a power steering pressure switch for the ECU. You can't really see it from the top. You want to make sure you unplug it when you're leaving the power steering and the line on the car. So I guess even if you pull the line, it would stay with the car. So you want to make sure you unplug that so you don't end up ripping it when you're pulling the engine out.
What you doing?
Trying to get this bolt right here. I think I need an extension for it.
He's back to working on the brake booster.
Still haven't done the AC.
Nope, no AC. Tempted to grab a 14 millimeter, guys, and just break the bolts loose, but then I thought, Nah, I'll let Jeff do it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna take a short break. I'll go build a barn real quick, and then we'll come back and do the AC. Anything but actually doing it. Yep, just getting it out of the way. Actually, I pulled the wrong one out of the way. That one's not even in the way. It just looked like it was the one that was in the way. So that maybe I don't have them mixed up. Set that aside.
Getting those boot hoses.
Yeah, they're connected to the transmission, and I want to leave them connected, so I'm gonna unbolt them from the pad. Give me the impact. Easy, thank you. This thing's pulled more than 8 bolts out today. I'm proud of it.
Came down with a bunch of glass.
Sure did. That's gonna be glass from the other vehicle probably that this one collided into, I bet. Means I gotta clean under here again.
That nice, pretty SuperFreeStyle shirt, which can be available at somewhere. Hopefully the link will be in the description.
Somewheresoon.com.
Yeah, somewhere soon.
Okay.
Time for heavy breathing for me for a little while.
Yeah. This moment's for you, Eric Matthew. We found the COVID source. Okay.
What?
I see you. Reach in there and get that converter pop back. Why are dead blows so effective? All it is sand.
In a concentrated area.
Flywheel position sensor on the bell housing, and you can't see it from the top. I can see where it is from here. I can't even see the bolt head that I'm undoing right now either. So now I got to get WD, spray on those, not to help them not strip. I mean, it'll keep them from not stripping, but it won't help them come loose. It just helps keep the threads lubricated so that as you're pulling it off, it doesn't cross thread on the rust that's out here. A lot of people think if you spray WD on there that it creeps down into the threads and loosens it up. That's completely bogus, but it will help keep it from pulling through all that rust to dry, because sometimes they'll end up cross-threading on the end of the bolt there.
1 hour later.
I'm not very happy with Nissan right now. I'll just say it like that.
You wish we were building some Toyota stuff?
Yes, very much.
I told him, ladies and gentlemen, we should just build Cressetas.
It would be much more enjoyable
Definitely for me, at least.
for both of us.
You're like primed position for the Jesus pose.
Oh, do I need to do that?
Yeah, real
Okay.
quick.
This was the only thing Nissan did nice for us.
Give you a lot of room behind
Yeah,
you.
a lot of room behind the engine. The only other car that I've worked on that's got this much access or this much ease to get to behind it is a GTS Corolla. Always undo the Bowhausen bolts on top on them too. Shit. If you'll just take a little bit of pressure off, I mean, just don't let it come on down. Just need to go down like maybe an 1/8 inch. Okay. There we go. There it is.
So is it loose from the belt?
It's loose now.
Oh, right into the.
That's okay. Stop.
Stop.
I just want to check. Yeah, we're going to come down. Pump turns a little bit. That's perfect. Sit. Okay. Don't drag it over the bolts. You're going to mess the floor up.
I'm trying to get around the jack, actually. Mount the jack stand.
Yeah.
There's actually a screwdriver, too. Alright, pull him back towards me.
Hold on. Got my harness. Let's get the jack out from under it somehow.
Pull on it.
Yeah, pull it over that way a little bit.
You going?
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, let it get against the body. Jerk it out of there.
Jerk it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Or anyway, but it's okay. I did that with that Tahoe transmission and the scratches were long gone. There, so. Should we take the wheel off? Oops. Finally. There it is.
In all of its auto glory.
What do we do with it now? Well, it was scratching it, just dragging the empty thing. Bet you didn't know you could do that. If you pull it up manually, it'll go back and stay halfway, half the length you pulled it. It's a lot easier than pumping it over and over with nothing on it. Alright, I figured this out not too long ago. This is a rail adapter to put an external regulator on like a KA or an SR. It's actually the same size. And that'll plug those rails, keep trash from getting in them, keeps you from spilling oil, and also take this is like a 3/8 vacuum cap and just put it over the feed line, so now I'm not pouring fuel out here, siphoning for the next few hours. Super helpful. You know, when you undo the lines, they just pour everywhere.
So I can just see you go close up. Alright.
I just slid it on the end of it. Okay, now right, guys, we got the motor out. It's one step closer for this project. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.